How to think fast. Have you ever been in a situation where you needed to think fast and struggled to come up with a response? Perhaps you'd simply like to feel sharper in your day-to-day interactions. Learning how to think fast can generate positive results for your career, education, or personal life. Method 1. Edit thinking fast on the spot. Step 1. Relax your mind. This may sound easier said than done when you need to provide a fast answer on the spot. However, you can calm yourself by using relaxation techniques, such as take deep breaths. You'll slow your heart rate and move more oxygen to your brain. Repeat a positive and affirming message to yourself. This could be as simple as "I've got this." If you often face situations that require quick thinking, you might prepare in advance so a specific phrase comes to mind. Tense your muscles for a few seconds and then release. The effort will help you concentrate. Choose muscles that cannot be seen, such as biceps or thigh muscles. You don't want to show stress to your questioner. Step 2. Listen carefully to the question. Ensure that you're properly interpreting what the questioner is asking by looking directly at him or her and paying close attention to the question. Remove all distractions, such as by putting away your cell phone, turning off the TV, and closing your laptop. You can also study your questioner's body language. As the person asks the question, focus on his or her eyes, facial expressions, and body positions. For example, if the person is making eye contact, smiling, and facing towards you, then these are all good indications that he or she is interested in what you have to say. However, keep in mind that facial expressions can be misleading. People are good at masking how they feel with their facial expressions. Step 3. Ask to have the question repeated. If you do not understand the question, then politely ask the questioner to repeat the question. It is important to make sure you fully understand what the person is asking. This will give you a little more time to think as well. Try saying something like, "Can you please repeat the question?" Step 4. Repeat the question yourself. You can also repeat the question to yourself to make it easier to understand. Saying it out loud to yourself may help you to understand it better, and it will also give you more time to come up with an answer. Don't be afraid to ask clarifying questions. If the question is unclear or uses unfamiliar jargon, a simple clarification could allow you to quickly and competently provide a response. Try saying something like, "Can you please explain what ____ means?" Or, "I don't quite understand. Can you please rephrase the question?" Step 5. Stick to the point. Focusing on one point and one supporting piece of information will help target your initial response. Avoid getting hung up on extraneous detail. If your questioner wants to know more, he or she will ask a follow-up, and meanwhile, you've demonstrated you can think fast and provide information quickly. For example, if your questioner asks, "How long have you worked in sales?" then your response should be brief. You might respond, "About 8 years." Don't go into detail about all of the places you have worked in those 8 years unless your questioner asks you to do so. Method 2. Preparing in advance for fast thinking. Step 1. Prepare what-if scenarios. Chances are that people at your place of work, school, or other commitments make routine requests of you. Take some time when you're not under pressure to consider situations that might call for quick thinking and plan out how you could respond to these questions. For example, your teacher might ask you a question related to something you read for class. Such as, "What was the name of the main character?" or "What did you think of the book?" Consider questions that your teacher might ask and try to prepare your answers in advance so that you do not have to pause for an answer. Step 2. Practice speaking and writing clearly. Clear communication will help you quickly share information with others and avoid misinterpretation. Work to eliminate vocal tics such as excessive ums and uhs. Utilize non-verbal cues such as eye contact and well-placed pauses. Use proper grammar. Gauge the formality of a given situation and determine how to respond appropriately. Step 3. Ensure you are well informed. Be aware of project details and background information so you aren't caught off guard. Gain experience in your particular field and you'll have the foundations to quickly draw informed conclusions. For example, if you are a nurse who works with psychiatric patients, then learning as much as you can about psychiatric nursing interventions may help you to respond quickly in different situations. Step 4. Turn off electronics and other distractions. If you know a situation will call for fast thinking, eliminate distractions that may draw your focus from the task at hand. Eliminate extraneous noise such as the radio, television, or music playing through headphones. Close out of social media accounts and extra tabs in your internet browser while working. Step 5. Minimize multitasking. Concentrating on one task at a time will keep your mind focused and allow you to respond more quickly when faced with a question or a problem. Try to stay focused on only one task at a time, even if you are busy. For example, if you have a line of customers waiting for service and the phone is ringing, then choose one thing to focus on. For example, you might want to focus on the customers in front of you first and allow someone else to get the phone, or even let it go to voicemail. Or, if you have lots of homework to do, then pick one assignment to work on. Complete that assignment, and then move on to the next one. Method 3. Edit. Cultivating quick thinking. Step 1. Cultivate a growth mindset. Studies show that learning from your mistakes improves your mental processes. Take the time to examine your successes, but even more importantly, examine your failures. View mistakes as a necessary step in gaining knowledge. Step 2. Undertake activities that promote fast thinking. Your brain is a muscle that responds to training. As an added benefit, partaking in activities that promote quick thinking can actually improve your mood. You'll feel happier and more creative at the same time you are honing your fast thinking skills. Try reading comprehension games. Read an article or book chapter as quickly as you can, then give yourself 20 seconds to summarize it quickly. Go through the alphabet and recite words or names for every letter. Do this as quickly as you can, or try and come up with a given number of words for each letter. Play games that use timers. Try online quizzes or apps that provide brain training activities. Quickly name lists of things you've done or seen recently: cars, books, movies, etc. Play improvisation games with a friend or colleague. Step 3. Use all your senses. The more senses you use, the more parts of your brain will recall the information you'd like to recover quickly. Associate colors, scents, or physical sensations with words or ideas. For example, while reading a newspaper article, you might be able to remember the information better if you pay attention to the sensory details, such as the way the author describes someone's appearance or actions. Step 4. Prioritize the tasks you give your brain. Use a calendar to keep track of events so you aren't committing precious brain space to information that is easily recorded for later reference. For example, you can write down any appointments that you have, bill due dates, or to-do list items. Step 5. Repeat the information you really want to know. Reciting information out loud or writing it down will reinforce the neural pathways that form memory. Try to recite important information to make it easier to recall that information quickly. For example, you might want to recite the date of an important presentation or recite the names of your new classmates. Method 4. Keeping your brain healthy. Step 1. Exercise regularly. Research shows regular exercise increases the number of tiny blood vessels that carry oxygen to your brain. Exercise also lowers blood pressure and helps you manage stress. When faced with a particularly stressful situation, take a walk. The combination of exercise and an alteration in your physical environment will help refocus your brain and stimulate faster thinking. Step 2. Eat a healthy diet. Your brain requires a lot of energy to function properly, so it's important to eat food that will stimulate clear thinking. Some foods are better for your brain while other foods may lead to brain fog. Consume foods such as fortified cereals, whole grains, salmon, flax seeds, blueberries, turmeric, and leafy green vegetables to help keep your brain healthy. Reduce your consumption of saturated fats and unhealthy cholesterol from animal sources or partially hydrogenated vegetable oils. Step 3. Maintain good emotional health. People who are anxious or depressed tend to score lower on cognitive tests. Talk to a friend, seek counseling, or consult your doctor if you believe you are suffering from excessive anxiety or depression. Step 4. Get enough sleep. Sleep deprivation and exhaustion also tend to cause low results on cognitive tests. Young adults and adults need 7 to 9 hours of sleep to maintain healthy function. Your brain will not fire quickly if it's tired. Thanks for watching, and remember, subscribe.